been doing art for as long as I could remember. I probably was 2 or 3 years old. I remember drawing a horse, and I was really young. Probably, I would have just guessed kindergarten. And I drew it, and it looked just like the horse in the magazine. So I thought, wow, So that's when I first realized that artist thing was always kind of with me, and that was actually my first love, I got an offer to work here in 1985, YESCO, as a sign designer. I ended up being art director over the whole design department. Fine arts has always been my first love, though, so pretty much at that time they called it commercial art. After retiring in the sign industry, I just really focused in on the fine arts aspect of my life. The subject matter is all about me, my experiences and my own thoughts and that type of thing. My colors, choices, and stuff in my paintings haven't always been that vivid. And I think what happened, this was one day I was looking at a painting that I did and it depressed me. And I couldn't figure out why. I was looking at it and I should have felt some kind of uplifting spirit about it. After all, it was a painting that I painted. I should have enjoyed it a lot more. And I realized it was the color choices that was so dull. It didn't jump out and grab me. So I vowed from that day forward that I wasn't going to ever paint another painting where the colors were so dull. I felt that even if I picked a subject matter that was so prevalent and so prominent, at least the painting itself, I could make it a joyful experience. And being an artist is you are connected spiritually, and however you want to interpret that. There's something that drives you inwardly that tells you this has to be done.
Well, I first became aware of him when they were having a big Black History art exhibit at the old West Las Vegas Library. And it seemed to be a big thing in the community. It was rather a whole day of kind of celebration. And so I went, I put work in myself. And my friend that I had met, Sylvester, he was also in education. He put his work in. I got there first. And I remember calling Sylvester and saying, well, what time are you coming? And he said, I'll be there shortly. And I said, you've got to come because I want you to see this guy's work, And so he got there and we looked at his work and his just stood out, because it was done so well. His techniques, his color, it just looked, I said, this guy's got to be professionally trained. And we were just, saying we've got a meeting, because it was the two of us, it was just the two of us that were always brainstorming about what we could do in Vegas art-wise, what was needed. He's fearless in his painting because he's not afraid of making a mistake. And people will say, gosh, you just, have something special. How do you know how to put that color there? Why did you put that color there? And I have to explain to them, because they're learning, that it's not only this divine thing that gives him this power to express himself in paint, but he's had about 5 or 6 years of training. Plus, he paints every day. When you paint that much, you work out a lot of issues in your paintings. You have to solve a lot of problems. And so every painting you learn something new. I think he sees the reason and the purpose of having your voice heard as well as having your paintings speak for you.
I don't know whom I'm supposed to touch with it. I can't say that I'm supposed to make people feel a certain way, but I know what it makes me feel. And it makes me feel that I have to express it. I have to take what's in me, I have to bring it out. That's what I hope comes out of my painting. Some do art, and some of us live art, and I'm one of these that live it. A lot of times I don't go to bed before 2 a.m. because I'm always painting, or if I'm not painting, I'm thinking about it, or I'm sketching. I'm connected spiritually through what I do. And art can bring you through exciting places. It can bring you through dark places. It can take you a lot of different places. And I think as a painter, as an artist, I think I'm just ready to take the ride wherever it wants to take me.